go. 괜찮을 거야. We'll be back. 멀리 날아오르자. No worries. 어디 버렸어? 인생의 심표나. Let it breathe, let it breathe. Just be yourself. 너를 위한 달콤한 시간. Yeah, yeah. Say 어린 적을 회상해보면 그리워져. 문득 떠오르는 나 때는 말야. 이렇군 저렇군. We had no idea back then. When was the last time you had no worries? 순수했던 내 행복을 찾아 떠나보자.
We had an issue with this Hunting Down something that was something that came. It was Jim, right?
Yeah.
But there's another one, Hunting Down Shire DC. That one is 175. Normally it's 171, so I'm saying 175 now, but it should be cancelled.
Yeah, it should be.
We have to ask this insurance if we pay for the year, is there a discount? Because someone said that it's cheaper if you can pay for the year and if there's a discount.
Okay.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So good to see you here today. So in this video I'm going to be sharing my payday routine, essentially a reset to walk you through what I do with my money once I get paid, and also like to share an update on my money goals for 2024. So get comfy, let's talk money, let's talk finances. Let me get down to the nitty-gritty of everything. But before I proceed into the video, it will be good for me to give a bit of context as to how my money works, okay, and a bit of my journey. So I've constantly tried to improve my relationship with money, and this is something I actively started doing from 2019. So all the way from 2019 till now, I have each year tried to do better with money. So I try to do more with my money each new year, and also like benchmark it against what I did the previous year and try to improve that. So I'm always constantly trying to improve my money by, you know, either increasing my investing rate or my savings rate, or just like actively trying to build wealth. That's the stage of life that I'm currently in. So the very first thing is my bank structure. Okay, so I have several bank accounts that I use for different things. So my salary, my 9 to 5 salary gets paid into one account, and in this instance is my Barclays account. So when I get paid there, I've already set up direct debits that's going to take out money to different things. So one of the direct debits I have set up is for my mortgage, right? So once I get paid, I think the next day the money for the mortgage leaves my account, and then I also have direct debits set up to other pots that I move money to. The reason why I use direct debit is just so everything is automated and I don't have to actively do this. I mean, there are some expenses that I still have to move to different accounts, but more often than not, there's a direct debit. Barclays is where I receive payments. So if I want to receive any payments, I try to use my Barclays as much as I can. Apart from my Barclays, I have my Lloyds account. So the Lloyds bank account, what I use that for is like fixed expenses. So that's where all my bills are going to come out from. That's where all my subscriptions are coming out from. So I try to separate, like use different accounts for different things. So if I'm trying to find an expense, I know exactly where I'm going to check. So if I want to check, oh, have I gotten paid this amount, I know I'm going to look into my Barclays. I'm going to check income, money that is coming in there. If I want to check, oh, has council tax been paid, I know I'm going to look into my Lloyds account, because that's where bills or my fixed expenses come out from. Then the third account I have is a Monzo account, which is an online bank. So with Monzo, I use that for my personal expenses and other expenses. So for example, I want to take a train, if I want to buy something, if I want to buy skincare, whatever, all of that comes out from my Monzo. And in this Monzo account, I like to keep my monthly expenses at £300 a month. I try not to go above that. If I go above that, it usually means there was a carryover the previous month. So maybe the previous month I didn't spend up to 300 and there was like 150 there or 100 left, and then I topped up another 300, right? And I always try to keep that at £300, which is one of my financial goals for this year. I've just learned to live within £300, okay? And then we have joint expense. So we have a joint account, my husband and I. That's also a Barclays account, and we use that for household expenses. So when I buy food stuff for the house for the month, we pay from that pot. By the way, I want to do a video to show you what we spend on, how much we spend on food, and also show you like the food items we buy on a month-to-month basis. If this is something you think you'd be interested in, leave the comments below and I'll make sure to do that video. And then also out of that Barclays account where I get paid, I also pay towards investments from this account. So I also have another direct debit set up that leaves my account the next day after I get paid and pays into my stocks and shares ISA, like it credits an amount there. So essentially that is it. That's my bank structure. I hope that helps. Something that I do monthly is I track my income and my expenses every month. So I've come to a point where I can actually decide not to do this, but it's become so much of a habit that if I don't do it, it just feels like something is wrong. So I have tracked my expenses and income for this month, and I use my income and expenses tracker sheet, which I created. If you would want to get this, I'm currently updating the template. The template has been available since last year and a lot of people have gotten it, but currently I'm updating it. I'm trying to, you know, after using it and getting several feedback from people, I'm trying to update it and make it a bit more easier to use. I mean, it's very simple, but it could be even simpler to use. So if you would like to get this template that I use to track my income and expenses and also see like what percentage of my income I save and spend, you know, you want to have that overview on your money, link in the description box below to pre-order it. I'm working on the updates and that should be available within a week after this video. So make sure to, you know, pre-order it if you're interested. Now, one of my money goals for the year is to save 60% of my income every single month. So for the month of May, I have gone through my finances and sadly I didn't save as much as I want to. So this month I actually spent 50.22% of my income and I saved 49.78%. So just call it 50-50. I saved 50% of my income and I spent 50% of my income. Now there are a couple things that made this month, the month of May precisely, that's what I'm looking at here, the month of May expensive. One of it was my husband's birthday. Hello. I mean, I've been saving for it, but I also like went a bit above budget because I mean he's my husband, I love him so much. So I spent a bit more there. Also I did a lot of courses that I had to support. Like some people had some financial challenges that I had to support, which I did not plan for. So there are some of those things that came up that made me spend that much. Also I had to book a test. There's a test I had to book for which is not covered for by the NHS, so I had to pay for that out of pocket, and that really eat into my disposable income for the month. So that's why I did not hit 60% this month, but I'm not too far off from the goal. This month is 50% spent, 50% saved. So the thing is, I'm not yet very comfortable to give like specific details of my income on the internet, but I'm gonna try to give you like a breakdown of each category and what I spent apart from my total income. I'm not gonna state my total income just yet. So on my fixed bills for the month, what I spent on this category is £1,534. So this is my mortgage payments and overpayment. So we do mortgage overpayments, okay? So we don't just pay the required amount. I do an overpayment. I already shared this in detail in a video with my husband where we spoke about how we manage finances between ourselves. You can watch it. So because of that overpayment itself is about 1,250. So that's what is the huge chunk of my fixed expenses. So I paid 1,534 towards all my fixed expenses in the month of May. And then for my subscription, so like Netflix, Apple Cloud, Canva, all of the subscriptions I paid, both my gym, everything for the month that I spent on was £146. The previous month is 196. I cancelled some things I realized I did not need, so that brought down the expense a bit, which is really good. Living expenses, so this includes our feeding monthly and all my other small expenses that I make, my own personal expenses. I spent about £425 on that. So that's kind of like a rough idea of what the expenses look like. And then also there's a part on this sheet that I tagged financial obligations, which is essentially when I give money to people or when I, you know, support different causes. Of course, something to mention here, because someone also put this comment in one of my previous videos, is black tax. So yes, I don't call it black tax. To me, I support my family because it's something I want to do and because something I love to do. The only thing I have done is just create a structure around it. I have determined a set amount that I support my family with every month, and that amount is not, I don't change the amount except, you know, something really comes up that is urgent, then obviously I'm happy to spend more than budgeted. And then the next goal that I had is to invest at least £10,000 this year. So to have £10,000 put in investment. To achieve that, I've been putting at least £500 a month into my stocks and shares ISA and investing that into different funds and stocks. So currently, let me get my phone. So currently I have invested £4,400 this month, £4,400 for the entire year. So far £4,400 have been invested for this year, and I want to get that to £10,000 before the end of the year. So this month I put £500 into my stocks and shares ISA. I try to put £500 every month, but then if I get extra money maybe from one of my side hustles or anything, then I top up that account. So that's why I've been able to hit £4,400 invested currently. And then the last update on my financial goals are my sinking funds. Okay, so my sinking funds, I have travel savings, I have some money in that. I have personal development fund, which is there's a course I want to take, so I'm currently saving for that. And then we're also trying to get a car, so I'm currently saving for that. And all these savings, I put them in high interest savings accounts, which means that I get interest paid back to me every single month. I also use a cash ISA. Cash ISA is a individual savings account where you don't pay tax on. I also use that for some of my savings. But yeah, my emergency fund is in a cash ISA. So currently what I got this month from interest from all my accounts, I got £140, 46 pence as interest payments from all my savings. So this is your reminder to use a high interest savings account. If you don't, use that to save, or also use a cash ISA. Cash ISA means you won't even pay tax. I might have to pay tax at the end of the year when I do a self-assessment returns to HMRC. I mean, £140 that I did not work for at the end of the month, that's not bad at all. Alright guys, so we have come to the end of this video. Let me know if you found this video helpful, and I'll see if I can do this maybe once a month and just do like a money reset and tell you what's happening with my money. But if you have any questions, put them down below. This was just very, random and very chill, so just let me know what you think. And thank you so much for watching. If you've watched up to this point, please ensure to subscribe. More than half of the people who watch me are not subscribed, so please subscribe. It really helps my channel out a lot. Till next time guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.